TypeScript is porting to Go for 10x performance gains. No, this isn't a joke, this was literally just announced and the GitHub repo made public. And to show how much faster it is, using the current compiler, I'm going to start a compile of the VSCode repo, which is over 1.5 million lines of code and 4,500 files. Then, at the end, I'll use the new TypeScript Go compiler, and trust me, it is a lot faster. So let me go ahead and hit enter on this, and while it's going, let's see why they're doing this. It's also a great time to subscribe. At the moment, TypeScript is written in, well, TypeScript and then compiled with JavaScript. The team said that they think they've reached their limit with what they can get from JavaScript, as it comes with a lot of overheads like no shared memory, no concurrency, and so on. So they actually prototyped out a few languages like Rust and C#, but they found that Go was actually the most suitable for them, mentioning that it was the lowest level language with fully optimized native code on all platforms, great control over data layout, cyclic data, memory management with garbage collector, and of course, great concurrency. With Go picked them, they also decided to port it and not rewrite it to ensure that all of the semantics are carried over, like inference order and so on. Porting literally means they're going file by file, function by function, and moving it from TypeScript to Go. You can literally compare this in the code base right now, pick a function, and you can probably see that it matches its TypeScript counterpart. The entire idea is to be a plug and play replacement. It's not just the compiler either, it's actually the whole toolset, including the language server. This means that the editor experience should be much faster as well, especially if you're someone like me who when you see a TypeScript error you don't think makes sense, you go ahead and restart the server first. It also means improvements in responsiveness for language service operations like completion lists, quick info, go to definitions, and find all references. There we go, you can actually see out the corner of my eye there that it's completed and it took 75 seconds. So let me go ahead and use the new TypeScript Go compiler. Now I got this from their GitHub repo, which I'll leave linked down below, and you can go ahead and build it and use it today. Now it's not compatible with JS doc yet, but that is coming soon. They think they're about 80% done, and they reckon this will be done by the end of the year. So there we go, you can see that that was done in 10 seconds. It's almost a 10x improvement. That is absolutely awesome, and on their blog post, they actually compared this to a few other TypeScript repos, and it was pretty much 10x across the board. Jumping back to what I was saying about the language service, as I think this part is really cool, they're going to be moving to the language server protocol, which most other languages use. TypeScript actually predates this protocol, which is why they've never used it. Now, if you're wondering how Go can actually unlock these gains for them, about half of it is the fact that they're moving to native code itself, but the other half is they can now benefit from concurrency. Another question you might have is why now for these changes? Well, besides the moans and groans of large TypeScript projects saying that TypeScript is slow, a core part of it is that they're now starting to think about AI. When you improve the speed and the language service, you can implement immediate type checking for LLM-generated code, and it also enables them to provide large windows of semantic information with lower latency constraints. So it's really cool that they're starting to think about how they can improve our AI tooling. So if this was just announced, when can we actually expect this in TypeScript? Well, they actually said that they expect in this year for the command line compiler to be fully functional, but the plan is to release this as TypeScript 7. They're going to be using TypeScript 6 to introduce some breaking changes and deprecations that are going to help with the move. There we go. What do you think about this? Have you encountered speed or memory issues with TypeScript? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe, and as always, see you in the next one.